and welcome back to another episode of Not Being Funny with me, Emily Moores. I have had such a nice little week, very chilled week, but yesterday I went on like a little run club. My friend she started one like a couple months back now, but it's just been like really nice to like restart that and go back and yeah, it just felt really lovely to do something active on a Sunday. So yeah, yesterday my day was just me meeting with my friends, going on a little run club and going for a coffee after, and had some lunch with them, which was just fab, which is what isn't what I need to do because I need to save money. I need to save money. I am going to Barcelona in a couple of weeks for my birthday. I'll get into this. I'm so excited. But I don't know who I think I am. I went out for tea on Saturday. I got a takeaway on Friday, and I went out for tea on Wednesday. What money do I think I have? I'm on a pretty minimum wage job, and I'm going on holiday, which is probably going to be quite expensive because it's going to be like drinking and just vibes because it's my birthday. Like, what else do we expect? You know what I mean? It's got to be done. But yeah, it was a lovely little weekend that I had, and through the week, like I said, I went out for food on Wednesday with my friends. If you live in Manchester and you didn't know this already, if you don't follow the Manc or the Mankeets, maybe you wouldn't know. But a lot of places, especially around Northern Quarter, are doing really good deals over January. They're doing a lot of 50% off. So we went for pizza at Nell's Pizza in Northern Quarter, and that was 50% off. So the one on campus will be doing the same. I think Madre or whatever it's called is doing the same. Loads of places are. That was really lovely. I went out on like a little girls' night on Wednesday, and that really brings me into like what we're going to talk about today. I'll just have a little interlude about it before I go back into telling you what I've been up to at the minute. But yeah, I just remembered I've got free will to go into town after work whenever I want and use the access to Manchester City Centre that I have. While I'm young, like, it's a Wednesday night, why would I not go into town with the girls and go get a spicy margarita and a half price pizza? You know what I mean? We're all just living our best life. We're all going to be in Barcelona soon, so why the hell not? But yeah, it was such a nice night, because like I said in my last episode, if you've not listened to that already, give it a listen. It's just me talking about like how I'm going into the new year and really trying to make myself happy and spend a lot more time focusing on like spending that time with friends and just embracing being young, having minimal responsibility, and just doing exciting things, like just saying yes to plans. Even though I say that I'm a very yes person anyway, I feel like my friends know that if they ask me to do something, I'll probably do it. But yeah, so that was really lovely. And then I actually went out on Thursday as well. What am I even saying? I went out on Thursday for a milkshake. Went somewhere called Sweet Diner in Denton because it's kind of like in the middle of a few of us, and the traffic coming back was awful. Usually takes me about 20 minutes to drive back from there. It took me about an hour. Like, it was horrible. And then I went to the gym, and then yeah, just had like a little late workout, which is a bit different for me. But yeah, it was really nice. And other than that, what else have I been up to? I've been really trying to stay consistent with the gym at the minute. So I've just been to the gym, and I did a glute workout, but then really kept it quite like active. And I think in my head, I'm like, if I'm going for a short period of time, I'm going for like 45 minutes, just like hit it and like come out feeling like unknackered. And that is what I really want to do this year, because I feel like sometimes I go to the gym and I do it really slow paced and I come out and I feel like I've not even broken a sweat, but the sweat is what is going to make me see change, I think, because my body, as much as like I'm happy with it, because I'm so into the gym, I want to see progress, you know what I mean? I feel like once you're weight training, sometimes you don't go up anymore, because I'm like, I'm not going to be stupid and like hurt myself or hurt my back. Like, I don't need to be doing heavier weights. Like, what I'm doing at the minute is doing the job. But to see progress, say in like abs or something like that, I think that's more in like what I eat and like just going for a hard workout and just break a sweat, Emily, you know what I mean? Go for it, hit the gym hard. And that is my plan for this year, to really find my love again for working out, because I think I was lying to myself last year. I went at least 5-6 times a week. I obviously do love it and I do have a lot of motivation for it. However, I think I was there a lot of the time, like, I couldn't wait to get home, especially once I'd started my 8-4 kind of corporate job, because I was going in the evenings, and it does make it a lot more less appealing, because the gym is rammed and I can't really do what I want and it just feels rushed. I'm tired, so I feel like now I really need to make the effort to go in my dinner breaks, stay active, do different workouts, keep it exciting, because I do the same stuff like a lot. I feel like you tend to, when you're doing like weights, you do tend to get in quite a routine. So I want to kind of flick between doing my weights, cardio and like yoga, because I was really loving that last year. It's just expensive. Pilates and yoga are really expensive. I saw Molly May on her recent YouTube video saying about like how she didn't really enjoy when she went to Pilates, and she was kind of like debunking that kind of trend that Pilates is dead easy and glamorous and it's like really chill and you just go get a coffee after. Obviously, like yoga and Pilates I really enjoy, but they are quite hard. Like, if you're someone that potentially doesn't really work out very often, like, they're not just easy, they take a lot on your whole body, so they can be quite hard, but they're just expensive. Like, my local yoga is £10 a session, so obviously, yeah, like, that's like, okay, that's doable, but if you go regularly, that could add up to like £30 a week, whereas like my gym membership is £30 a month. So it obviously isn't one-to-one and you're not paying for like a PT. Obviously this yoga is cheaper than getting a PT, but it goes in hand and it's quite expensive. And I would imagine if you go into them nice Pilates studios in town, they are probably dearer than £10 a session if you're using like all their reformer stuff, weights, everything like that. But I'm really wanting to get into doing it maybe once a fortnight or something, like treating myself twice a month to a yoga class, a yoga class, because obviously my acting is quite expensive. It's looking at like £100 a month, sometimes more, and that's something I'm going to get into as well, talking about. But yeah, it's just kind of balancing out how much can I pay for these hobbies. And I feel like obviously my acting is a bit more of an investment, because it's really something that I want to do, I want to work on, but it's obviously expensive. So I need to really be proactive with that this year, and that is a big thing that this podcast is going to be based on, is about me just getting in my little proactive, taking action era. Because last thing before I go properly into the topic, I watched the Molly May documentary, and she, like, I know, love her or hate her, like some people they're very opinionated on Molly. I absolutely love Molly May, and I have since she's been in Love Island. I just think she, as much as yes, she's a millionaire, she's relatable. Like, she's just soft. She's, maybe I can't relate to what she can buy, her house, you know what I mean, but her as a woman, as a young woman, like, she just presents a very real, vulnerable, raw, funny, imperfect but perfect side to her, especially on a YouTube. I just love watching her videos, and they just feel really homely. And along with her sister, like, I love watching Zoe's videos. I think that's why I love watching a lot of YouTube, because it just feels very homely and like you feel like you're there with them having a conversation. But Molly's documentary obviously come out on Friday, so me and my sister had a little takeaway night and a bottle of wine and just watched the documentary, and it was so touching and so moving, and I really felt like it was nice to see somebody really talking about their breakup in such a raw and honest way, like at the time I'm going through that. And I don't know, it was just nice because obviously she had no animosity towards him, like he had disappointed her, he'd let her down, but she has so much love for him. Obviously they share a child, and it was just really moving to see how much she was obviously hurting. It was not what she wanted to do. She didn't want to end the relationship, but she knew that was the best thing because the way they were going, it wasn't working. And I just felt like that was something I could really relate to, obviously in a completely different situation and reasonings for a breakup, but in that mindset of like sometimes when something isn't right at the moment, or whether it's if it's never going to be right ever, there is not going to be peace between two people. There is unable to be peace between people that aren't meant to be together at the moment or ever, like I said. But yeah, it was quite nice to see her, and also just remind you to like of the highs and the lows, because I feel like in the last few weeks when I've had like big highs, I've felt like, oh, am I being like disrespectful, or am I thinking, oh, I'm forgetting about my breakup, should I be thinking about it, should I be keeping myself in this mindset of like feeling a bit down? But then I'm like, no, I shouldn't, because breakups in any form, friendships, relationships, family, they come with the highs and lows. You forget and then you remember, and then you see them and you feel sad, or you see them and you feel happy, and you both deal with it in different ways. And obviously with them, they've been very in contact, but it was just such an honest representation of a breakup and just being a young woman. Obviously she's got so many eyes on her, like she's so influential, especially within the UK. She's got 8 million followers, probably plus now, because of the documentary. And it's literally wild, like, how much judgment there is on her, and just the effort that she puts into everything that she does, especially when it was, like, to do with Maybe and all her clothes and the shoots for that, the making of it. And it was obviously really emotional to see when the fabrics were wrong and the reaction to that, and how much press she was getting anyway because of a breakup, and then the press then off the backlash of the wrong materials going out and everything like that. But yeah, it just reminds you that that is a real person, like somebody that you see off of Love Island, off the Kardashians, off of a film, an actor, a TV presenter, anything, footballer. They're real people. They see what you write, and it matters so much to be kind to people, always, as a given. But yeah, I just find her really inspiring, and it's just like really cool what she has achieved with just starting by like doing this, just filming herself in a bedroom as a young girl, taking pictures, and really just pushing herself, pushing the boundaries, asking for what she wants, making it clear, setting plans. She just seems very goal orientated, and I think I need to take a leaf out of that book because I have some big goals for myself, and sometimes they feel like a million miles away, but maybe they're not. Maybe I just need to push myself. Maybe you just need to be that little bit cheeky and just push, and yeah, just go for it, you know what I mean? Because what the hell is holding you back? For the topic of this week's podcast, am I lacking creativity, has all stemmed from this TikTok that I saw yesterday of this girl being like, it was like a stitch. So it first started with, do you know why he's not texting you, or something like that, and then it snapped in, or like, do you want to know why he's not texting you, blah blah. And then it was this girl going, no, but if you're seeking male validation, maybe you're just lacking creativity. Think about that. And the way that I just rewatched, got up off my backside and thought, Emily, call your friend that you've been meaning to write a script with all bloody week and we've not done it, and be like, let's get this script written, because we want to be actresses and we ain't going to get that by just saying we want to be and just sitting around and just going to the odd acting class. We need to get our show reel put together. We need to get noticed. And we sat there, we wrote 2 5-page scripts, 2 scenes, like 2 3-minute scenes, and one is really dramatic and and one is really funny, and we're proud of them. They just got bashed out, like we boshed it. It was really good. It was just what I needed. I needed to get them creative juices flowing. And you know what? I went to a writer's workshop last year, and it was at the Royal Exchange, and it really made me think, of course I could get into writing. Like, there's something in me, because I've never been like, oh, I'm mad on writing, and I feel like I'm dyslexic, that I've always thought, no, I couldn't be that. But I so could. Like, why can I not write my own stuff? Like, why can I not write something for me to be in? Ruth Jones and James Corden did. You know what I mean? Because I have a lot of funny stories. I really watch people. I love observing people, listening to people's stories and relaying them. I love telling stories. Like, that is the main thing that gets me about TV. That's why I love soaps. I love finding the funny and the drama and the softness and the love in the mundane, and just listening to people's stories and thinking, how could this be adapted? And my dad says, you need to keep making note of these stories that you tell, Emily, because you could make a really good TV series one day. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I need to. Maybe I need to just get into writing. But acting's what I want to do. But it really, really just made me think, because I'm not going to lie to you guys, I downloaded Hinge last week. Embarrassing, I know. Because I've been single now for, as of the weekend just gone, 2 months. And then I thought, what the hell? Like, the girls are just like, why the hell not? Like, just do it. Like, what's holding you back? Like, you're waiting around for someone that maybe isn't waiting for you, or if it's meant to be, it will be. But push yourself out there. Like, if your husband is out there, then the later you go on something, the later you'll find them, and you get it. Gonna be 23 soon. Like, if you want to have a baby by 27, or be married by 27, like, or whatever, late 20s, early 30s, you better get moving. And I'm like, yeah, oh my god. Like, we were just in this mindset. So we all downloaded Hinge, because we're all single, and I was on it for 3 days, and then thought, actually sod this, because I didn't even want to reply to anyone. You're like, someone's fit, you're like, yeah, I'll have a little reply, a little chat, but if I'm being honest with you, I couldn't be bothered. I didn't even have the notifications on. I think that day we were a bit more boy orientated, or thinking, I don't care, let's just go on a date, like, blah. Maybe I will, but there's just that bit of me where I'm like, I know that I am not over my last relationship, and that is something I need to be aware of. And why am I not? Or why do I feel like certain things are upsetting me within this breakup? Is it because I don't feel that secure in myself, or is it because I am a bit of a pushover and stuff like that? And it's like, no, I don't need the energy in my life at the moment. What I need is to focus on myself and have so much self-love and self-confidence, and have that fun of a life, and feel so solid on what I'm doing, that when somebody comes in my life, there'll be a cherry on top. They aren't going to be my life. I know it's easy to say, because when you're in a relationship, I feel like it does become a big part of your life, and I can't help that. I'm a lover girl through and through. I am the Gabriella. Like, I was never a fan of Sharpay. You know what I mean? I feel like some girls were like Sharpay. I liked Gabriella because she was in love. She had the boyfriend. She was like nice and soft. And I know people think, oh, she's whiny, whatever. I just liked Gabriella because I'm a lover girl through and through. And as much as like people may be like, you know, get over things, get on with it, move on with your life, blah blah blah, I feel things pretty deeply, and that is fine. And if you want to have a little cry into your pillow, have a cry into your pillow, you know what I mean? Or you'll have that friend that you know you can just go to and chat to, and they'll just hear you out whenever you're saying anything. But I digress to I downloaded Hinge. And not that I was even bothered about anybody on there. I feel like it just reminded me of like, oh, I miss him, like blah blah. No, Emily, that TikTok just made me think, why are you focusing on someone that couldn't even give you the bare minimum that you were asking for? I'm not saying that person was at all a bad person. He was a lovely, great, amazing person who I love very much. However, or have a lot of love for, but they weren't giving me bare minimum things that I feel I deserve in a relationship. Not even I feel, I do deserve in a relationship. There's no bad blood there, but I feel like why am I still like hanging on to that when that's fine. Again, like I've just said, that is completely valid. I've been in a relationship, you know. But what I need to focus on is myself and my life. I'm clearly not having enough fun at the moment. That is why I'm still thinking about that and putting too much focus on that. And me downloading Hinge was putting focus back on men, because men's chat is dry. Like, I need someone with just energy, and them people are my girlfriends. They're my girlfriends, and I just want a little wine with them and just to have fun. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm littering on here. I was lacking creativity. I really was, because even with my podcast, yesterday I recorded a podcast and I just couldn't do it. I just sat here. I didn't know what to talk about. I feel like I've been lacking what to talk about on my podcast, if I'm being honest, for ages, because I was in a strange place. I feel like put a lot of pressure that I speak quite a lot about like relationships or boys on here, and I think I did discuss that it felt strange when I was in a relationship just to keep talking about my relationship, because obviously for other people that's pretty boring. You don't want to just hear about that. To keep coming up with different things and, you know, different topics to talk about. And also then my boyfriend didn't always, you know, want me to talk about everything on my podcast and put it on TikTok and stuff like that. But then when I was feeling sad in my relationship, it wasn't something I particularly wanted to admit or, you know, talk about, because it was private and stuff I won't go into. But it's just, I was lacking oomph. And I've been lacking oomph for a while. I feel like when it comes to the gym, when it comes to acting, even like my style, I love my clothes, and I feel like I've just been not really caring, not really putting that much effort in, because they're things that I like and they might seem minor to some people. But today I had a really good day of just planning all my outfits for Barcelona. Yes, 3 weeks in advance, because I like it. And I just sat here and I just planned this podcast, and I thought, yeah, put a bit of routine back in your life, Emily. This is what you need. You need good energy, and what is meant for you will find you. But in the meantime, if you want to be an actress, you want to do podcasting, you better get going. You know what I mean? You better get making some videos, you better get making some podcasts, and you better get making a show reel and get better at acting, because then maybe you might get an agent, because you clearly haven't got one yet. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that is what I'm going to go into today. As we all know, in our 20s, as a 22, nearly 23-year-old girl, it just can be a bit of an odd time. I know for me, like, I'm obviously still so young, but there's just people at different stages of life and career and relationships and what they're doing. I have friends that are on pretty well paid jobs, you know, getting towards that 40, 50k. I'm here on my 20, and I've got friends, I've got two couples within my friendship group that are engaged. I know so many people around me that have had children or are pregnant or have had babies and have like 2, 3-year-old babies. And don't get me wrong, that's not like something I want or need in my life at the moment. I'm very much enjoying my life as a non-parent and non-fiance, because I am young and then I can barely work out what I want to do, never mind for a child as well. And I know if obviously you were in that place, then your life would just change and you would just learn. But I'm not ready for that right now. But it can feel like a big thing. Like, a few of my friends have houses or are saving for a house or have really nice cars. I only got my car a couple months ago. Yeah, it just feels like you're all at different stages of growing up, and I think that's fine. Obviously a lot of me and my friends graduated uni, so it's been really nice that there's quite a lot of us that are on that same level playing field of like, we're a year, 2 year out of uni, you're still finding what you want to do, you're trying to get that job, but it doesn't feel as accessible as you once thought it would be. But yeah, and I just think that is a good place. It's a good place to just learn about yourself. You might go through having like 5, 6 jobs, or you might think, oh, I want to go traveling, and you might go traveling and think, this isn't for me. You might be in a relationship and it breaks up, or you're in a friendship and that doesn't end well, and it's all about learning. But I feel like this is something for me that I'm really trying to just embrace at the moment, because like I said, I've just gone through a breakup with someone who in my head I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, but maybe that's not meant to be the case. And I not that long ago got a new job, and I really thought it was going to be like great, and it is good, but is it a bit repetitive? Is it what I thought it was going to be? No, like, and that is okay, like, but everything is a stepping stone. Everything you do teaches you how to handle the next thing, the next job, the next friendship, the next relationship, the next financial struggle, the next holiday. Like, you learn so much in this kind of period of your life, as you do always. Like there's always that saying of like, it's your mum and dad's first time at being a mum and dad. It's your mum and dad's first time being a mum of a 22-year-old. Like, and it's just important to remember that it's your first time doing this, and you may as well just embrace it. And if things don't go to plan, they don't go to plan. If things change or you change your mind, then that is okay. Just go with what you want and what makes you happy. But yeah, I think that's something I'm really going to try and take into this year, and just not put masses of pressure on myself for thinking, God, you're 2 years graduated, where's this like job in the TV, media, marketing, acting realm? Like, no, I work in recruitment, and I really tried hard to get a job, and my work paid off in the end, that I got more of like a step up. But again, it's a stepping stone, and who knows who you might meet, who knows where it will take you. Yesterday I went to that run club that I was saying about, and there was a lady there, and she's telling me she's marketing manager or within marketing within Salford Uni. And she said, there's a job come up for a marketing assistant, go for it, like I'll put you forward to the hiring manager. And I'm like, yeah, perfect. Like, that was just from a whim that she's come. I've never met her before, and I thought that's great. Like, a university sounds like a great place to work, and with like-minded people that are just really wanting to progress and learn and, you know, do fun things, and it be near a media city and everything like that. But then also remembering, if that doesn't go to plan, then that's fine. Like, maybe it wasn't meant to be. But yeah, at the moment, I don't really know what I want to do, and I think that's fine. It's not like I don't know what I want to do. I know where I want to be. I know what my dreams are. But at the minute, they just feel like a million miles away, and that's fine. But it's just, oh, I don't know what I want to do with myself now. Like, I have told my friend who's going to Australia that I'll meet her in Bali for 2 weeks in May. And there is such a huge part of me that is like, go, stay in Bali. Like, why would you not? Why would you not stay there and go travelling around Thailand again and go to Australia and do things that you want to do? But then there's that other, the sensible bit in my brain that's like, oh, well, you've only had this admin job. Like, you've not actually got anything on this CV that is going to get you to the place where you want to be. So maybe I do that and then, go traveling. And I just feel like I'm in the midst of like a bit of like a scattered brain at the moment. So that is why at the minute I really, really want to focus on a big part of my personality, which is creativity. It's playful, and I think I can be quite serious sometimes. I can go into that seriousness, and I can be like that with friendships, I can be like that in relationships, and that is something important for me to like call myself out on, because yeah, it's good to be serious about certain things, but does that hold me back? Does it hold me back in chasing my dreams, that I'm not playful enough, I don't go for things, I think logistically? Is that what held me back in my relationship and in dating in general? Is that something that I think too seriously about things? I need to be more laid back, or I need to be more playful within my friendships, my family, and just let myself go and have fun. I literally was just listening to Emma Neal's podcast, and she was talking so much about playfulness, and I think that's a big thing in most of my acting lessons that we've just been taught, that is being playful. But sometimes it's like, how do you let yourself go? Do you feel comfortable around these people? And like, do you feel able to be playful and just just be free in life, in your clothes, in how you behave? Obviously to an extent of like, I don't want to be a child, you know what I mean? I don't want to be childish, have your head screwed on, be kind, be smart, but there's that element of just freeness, like with my emotions, with my wants, my needs, my desires, like just be free and feel what you feel. And if I want to go and do a cartwheel, like my acting teacher keeps saying, do a cartwheel, we go do a cartwheel. It's just about being impulsive and doing things because they can. And that is something I've always admired about, or like maybe not admired, envied, when I like see people that just feel so free in how they behave. And people might think that about me because I talk very openly about things, and I feel like I can be quite run a conversation, run a room. But am I free? Am I playful? I feel like sometimes no. I feel like I hold myself back. Like, I know even as a teenager, as a child, with my friends, I feel like I could not let myself go, and I don't know what it was. I just had something as if somebody was watching me, or if I don't usually let myself go. So if I let myself go now, people are going to judge me or think differently of me or think I'm like putting it on. And I think that has affected me in my friendships, my relationships. Like, I have a lot of friends, like, and I don't mean that in like a big-headed way. Like, I just am good at making friends. Like, that is a talent of mine, is that I can make friends with people, I can talk to people very confidently. But am I free enough to actually like have relationships, like open relationships with people? Because am I expecting people to be very open with me, but then I'm not actually being that open with them? Am I just saying a lot but then not actually being open about how I feel or how things make me feel? And maybe I just need to be a bit more creative with that in this next chapter of my life, this next era of my life. Because I think even when it comes to dating, that is something that sometimes I can't feel like I can be that open about my emotions, and maybe I say things that I think people want to hear and everything like that, until it's too late, and then you've held in all this emotion, and then you're gonna fall out with someone. But yeah, I don't know, even growing up, like, I never felt like I had like a solid best friend. I feel like I had like quite a few really good friends, or like best friends, and I know who my best friends are, but then do I have that access where I'm like so emotionally available with people? Maybe not. Like, maybe that is something I need to work on and address in myself. But yeah, I just think this year, like I've said, I just want to just push myself to just have fun and keep writing, keep making my podcast, keep making videos, dress fun. Because I think when only in the last few years, about 5 years ago, I feel like I became open to like what manifesting was. And I feel like at first I kind of thought it was like, casting a spell, like doing these like manifestation tricks. And I think the key really to manifesting is just putting the things that you see for yourself into place. Like, the girl that I want to be, she's still me, but like is that elevated version of myself, and she dresses really cool, and she's just really fun. People love her because she's confident. She does all these fun things. She acts, she, speaks confidently. She does a podcast. Like, they're things that I need to put into my life and just believe in myself. And if I want to be this girl that dresses really cool, dress cool then. Dress cool. Like, why hold yourself back? If I want to be a girl that does a podcast, push it. Like, push the podcast. Who cares what people think? Who cares if you get no views? Like, if you want to start dancing, you want to start doing TikTok, you want to start doing Instagram, you want to start a new hobby, you want to start pottery painting and bloody selling it or something, you want to start football, you want to start netball, you want to do anything, just do it. Because also, it's your only life. You have one life, and why would you hold yourself back on thinking, well, what if people think of me? What if people laugh at me? What if people are judging me? And what? They probably are, but they're all thinking the same thing about themselves. They're probably holding themselves back about something. And if they're judging you, it's probably because they're jealous, or they probably feel like they couldn't let themselves go like that. So why not just be free, be creative with your life, and just have fun? At the minute, I've been watching Emily in Paris, and she is really, really just good. If you need that little kick up the bum to just do what you want, not care what people think, because she does not care. She's on her own in Paris, living life, dating who she wants, doing whatever job she wants. She is unapologetically herself, and that is what I want to be. And I think that is what I need to find in myself to show up as the best daughter that I can be, the best sister that I can be, the best friend that I can be, the best person in a relationship that I can be. So I feel so secure in myself and what I want and what I need, and I don't hold myself back in aspects of my life. Then maybe everything would just be perfect. But obviously, like, nothing's gonna ever be perfect, There's going to be things all the way through life that go wrong or don't go as planned, and you just need to embrace it and just think, that wasn't meant to be then. Maybe I can do that a different way. Or, if you really want it, let's try again. Let's try again. But yeah, so I'm going to bring this episode to a close. But I will be back making podcast episodes every week. So I'm going to hold myself to it, because that is something I always say I'm going to do, and I don't do it. And if I'm going to be creative, if I'm going to push myself, I've got to do it. The comfort zone isn't going to get me anywhere in life. I need to step out of the comfort zone. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. My recommendation of the week will be to watch the Molly-Mae documentary if you haven't watched it, because it's just really fun. And another recommendation of the week is just to put some music on and just have a dance on your bedroom or your kitchen and just be free, like nobody is watching, let loose, have fun, wear what you want, book that holiday, because I just know I'm absolutely so excited to spend my birthday in Barcelona. And I just thought, you know what? I thought to myself months ago, I want to go away for my birthday. I said it last year and the year before, and I didn't do it. And I thought, why did I not do that? Why did I not just push to do that? Because I was boring and I was staying in my little box of comfort zone. No, go do something, go spend some money, go do it differently. And now I've got me and 10 of my amazing friends coming to Barcelona for a big jug of sangria to celebrate my birthday. So I'm very excited. But I will keep you all updated on how my show reel goes. Because like I said, the scenes we wrote were really fun. They were really fun. I don't think it'd be stuff that I would post. Maybe I would. But it'll be on my Spotlight. So if you want to watch it, I'll put it on there. But yeah, we're going to pay someone to do it properly. And I thought that's an investment. That's taking action. That is being proactive. And that is what I need to do in all other parts of my life. So I'm going to be proactive and edit this podcast, edit this video, and get it uploaded. But I hope you all take a bit of from this. I know it's been a bit all over the place and me just absolutely rambling on about myself as per. But I hope if you take anything away from this podcast episode, it's just to push yourself out your comfort zone and try something new. Or if you've been thinking about doing something for ages, just try it. Try that new hobby, try that new style, try that new type of food, and be creative, be playful, be young, and not compare yourself to what other people are doing, because everybody is doing that. Everyone is at different stages in their life, and that is absolutely fine. We don't all have to be at the same stage. You'll find your way because you're unique, and just be creative. Be creative and chase your dreams. Okay, this has been Emily Moores on Not Being Funny. Bye, guys.